I'm going to show you how to convert Batman Arkham games to CSGO. Things you will need: UModel, 3ds Max, ActorX importer script, Wallworm, Hammer, CSGO, Arkham games. For this example, I will be using Arkham City. Alright, gonna load up a little Batman here. This is the church. Gonna walk inside, take a look at some of these models. You can see there's the ground is a certain kind of tile. The pews with the books on them. There's this little medical bed. Some stained glass windows. There's a little gargoyle you can grapple to. When you drop down, there's a big organ with some candles next to it. Some oddly placed and stacked pews. There's some candles on the ground, so just a bunch of different. The architecture is really strange in this building. So once you're in UModel, you're going to want to go right to your Steam directory, down to your Batman directory, into the BM game, and this is what you want right here: the cooked PC console. The cooked folder is really what you're looking for. This process takes a minute, so I'm going to skip that. So once it loads up into all of the files, I mean, you can look and browse through, see if any kind of fancy, whatever you want to mess with. I'm going right to the church B1 static 2, and it's going to export and put it right inside the folder. And to kind of clean things up a little bit, you can kind of make a folder and name it after the game, which is what I've done. Because you'll see here that it just, in the UModel export folder, it just throws it right there. And you'll just, eventually you'll have no idea what any of this stuff is if you do this long enough. So I just put it right into the Arkham City where it came from. And yeah, I've already exported a lot, so a lot of this stuff I'm not gonna redo. But all right, that's pretty much it. So we're gonna jump into, now that we have our folder, we're gonna jump right into 3ds Max. All right, so right off the bat, you're gonna want to click on the little thing on the right, go down to the script, your ActorX importer script. Now this is something I learned. You can actually make the materials a lot easier on yourself if you just set the path. So if you know right which folder you're going to be working with, you can just set the path for the materials right to that folder. So we're doing Church B1 Static 2. Just set it to that folder. You're done. You just made your life a lot easier. So now you're going to go to the import. You're going to go right down to your folder, and into your static mesh. You can also do other things. You can import animations from ActorX. You can do all sorts of stuff. I'm going to do the church pew, but just kind of looking through some of the stuff that's in this particular mesh folder. But we'll do the church pew, and I think I even rename it later when I go into Hammer, but you'll kind of get the gist of the stuff you need to do. I'm looking for a good one right now. There you go, church pew. So it's going to load up. It's going to be huge, but you can see that it's already textured. You don't have to throw any materials on it. When you render it renders just fine. And the first thing you're going to want to do is highlight all of the vertices and weld them together, because that turns into everything. It turns everything into elements. So you're going to have a lot easier time when you're making your collision hull. And then you're going to want to scale, for Batman at least, you're going to want to scale everything down to at least 40%. Some models are give or take, but now that you can rescale static props in Hammer, this is becoming less and less of an issue, but 40% is a good place to start. You can rename it. Go over to your Wallworm tools. Make sure you just pick the model. In this case, it's wood, so we'll just select wood. and then export the VTFs. I've already done this, so my checkboxes go away, but I'm going to do it anyway. Pops up with these little windows. We're good. Everything's good. Then you can go down to your collision underneath. Hit concave, checkbox, click on quick hull. Check your hull count. That's kind of a lot, so we're going to hide our original model and just work with the collision. I'm going to select it, go to element, highlight everything, and then you can alt click just the stuff you want to keep. So that's the stuff I want to keep. I don't need all the little reds and the little guys on top, so we'll delete those. Check our hull count, we're at 4. We're going to export the model. You don't need to unhide anything. Press any key to continue. No yellow text, no nothing. We're good. So inside Hammer, we got our 3 judges here, and that's the tile floor from the Batman church that we were just looking at. So just put a static prop down. I'm gonna go right to, I think I renamed it, but it's Batman Church Pew is what we're working with here. And there's different pieces. I've already messed with most of these, so there's different chunks of a pew, but we're gonna go with the full one. You can see what it looks like. There it is, and it looks right about the right size. You gotta move it down to the floor there, but and then I think I make a couple copies of it, and then when we jump into the game, I made a little bit of a map just to kind of show off some of the models and stuff, so you get kind of a better idea of what you can do with it instead of just a church pew. But yeah, there's a couple rows of church pews looking kind of neat. So we're going to jump right into Counter-Strike and take a look at this little mini map I made of just some random models and some design of what could be a cool map. There's the organ and their pews all stacked weird, and the little candles and stuff, book piles, stained glass inside of some design on a wall. There's the confessional you can walk through. Yeah, just a couple other things, the medical bed and some medical curtains. There's some more books on a pew. So yeah, there's a couple of bells, all kinds of neat little stuff you can do. So I think that's pretty much gonna wrap it up. And this actually works for any of the Batman Arkham games. You can do this on Arkham City, Arkham Origins, Arkham Asylum, you know, all of them. So thanks for watching. Have a good day.